Vail Resorts revolutionized skiing with its Epic Pass, creating a model that brought huge revenue before the snow even fell. But now, despite a booming ski industry, Vail is losing skiers while competitors and independent resorts gain ground. How did a company that once dominated the slopes find itself struggling to keep visitors coming back? Skiers today face soaring lift ticket prices and crowded mountains, sparking debates over value and experience. As Vail invests heavily to expand and upgrade, new alternatives attract those seeking affordability and a different vibe. Epic Pass's impact and growing pains. Vail Resorts changed the ski industry forever with the introduction of the Epic Pass in 2008. Before that, skiers typically waited to see how good the snow would be before committing to a season pass. Vail flipped that script by offering a deeply discounted pass that gave access to multiple resorts, encouraging customers to buy early and ski more. This innovation created a reliable and upfront revenue stream. No longer were ski resorts at the mercy of the weather, scrambling for money once the season was underway. Over the years, the Epic Pass grew into a powerhouse, generating close to $1 billion before lifts even started turning. But this vast success came with unintended consequences. Because the Epic Pass made skiing more accessible across many of Vail's resorts, lift ticket prices rose dramatically, with single-day tickets at top resorts exceeding $300. That shift placed pressure on casual visitors and families who couldn't commit to costly passes or early purchases, changing the economics of a day on the mountain. Meanwhile, the influx of more skiers on good snow days has sometimes made popular mountains feel crowded, leading to complaints about the quality of the experience. The dilemma now is how to balance broad access with maintaining a premium, enjoyable ski environment. But those very changes have stirred debate about how skiing is priced and experienced, setting the stage for wider challenges ahead. The price of lift tickets. One of the most visible and immediate impacts of Vail's Epic Pass model is the sharp increase in lift ticket prices across its resorts and the broader industry. Where once a ticket might have been affordable for a day trip, top resorts now charge upwards of $300 per lift ticket. This dramatic rise forces many skiers to make tough choices: purchase an expensive season pass, pay a premium for individual days, or seek alternatives. The higher prices reflect Vail's strategic aim to encourage early commitment through passes, but they also risk pricing out casual or one-time visitors. Price increases have rippled beyond Vail's resorts, pushing competitors to raise their own lift costs as well. This industry-wide inflation has caused some skiers to reconsider their options, especially when smaller, independent mountains offer lower prices and a less commercialized experience. The growing expense has sparked debates about affordability in a sport already known to be costly, making it harder for new skiers to break in and for existing ones to keep up. As prices climb, the traditional image of accessible mountain fun becomes more elusive for many. While Vail argues that higher lift ticket prices help subsidize investments in infrastructure and improved mountain experiences, the sticker shock remains undeniable. The challenge lies in balancing revenue goals with offering real value to ski visitors, particularly those who cannot or do not want to commit to multi-resort passes. This tension between pricing and access is a key factor in changing skier behaviors, leading some to explore less expensive or more niche options elsewhere. Perceptions of crowding and customer experience. Crowding has become a hot topic among skiers, with many feeling that popular resort mountains are busier than ever, especially on prime snow days. Vail Resorts acknowledges this concern and has invested hundreds of millions in faster, larger lifts and upgraded infrastructure aimed at alleviating bottlenecks. The company shares live lift wait times to inform visitors and claims that average lift lines were under 10 minutes for 97% of last season. By many accounts, skiing remains relatively smooth across their portfolio, but the experience can still feel hectic in peak moments. Veteran skiers point out that crowded slopes and lift lines are not new phenomena. Back in the 1970s, slow lifts often meant long waits, and busy mountains were part of the skiing culture. While current perceptions of crowding might be heightened, Especially as mountains grow more popular thanks to passes like Epic, the reality is complex. Some visitors may focus on occasional peak congestion and overlook the broader capacity improvements made in recent years. Yet those peak experiences do leave a lasting impression and influence where skiers choose to go. The rising price of lift tickets leads many to hunt for alternatives where crowding feels less pressing and skiing remains affordable. And if you enjoy insights like this, like the video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Competition from indie resorts. As Vail's model reshaped the ski industry, independent resorts have carved out a growing niche by offering a distinct alternative for skiers seeking a different experience. Unlike the massive multi-resort passes, these smaller mountains emphasize affordability and a more personal vibe, attracting customers who feel priced out or crowded at larger resorts. Whitefish Mountain in Montana, for example, remains independently owned and boasts more skiable acres than several famous Vail resorts, yet it offers lift tickets at roughly one-third the price of Vail's peak rates. This combination of value and authenticity has helped Whitefish increase ski visits by more than 50% over the past decade. Many skiers drawn to indie resorts appreciate the feeling of standing on their own 2 feet without the pressures of corporate pricing or bundled pass requirements. For some, it's a practical decision to manage costs, while others value the vibe, a focus on skiing itself rather than luxury amenities or expansive resort networks. Independent mountains often avoid the bells and whistles that inflate costs, relying instead on core ski experiences to maintain loyalty. This has created a clear distinction in the marketplace between the sprawling, high-priced resorts and these more intimate, budget-conscious options. This changing dynamic challenges Vail to rethink how it connects with skiers who might be tempted by the charm and affordability of the independents. Vail's business response? Facing competition and shifting skier habits, Vail Resorts has begun to adjust its strategies beyond relying solely on the Epic Pass business. Although daily lift tickets now account for over one-third of Vail's lift revenue, they had become a lower priority compared to season pass sales. To regain ground, Vail introduced initiatives like the Epic Friends ticket, offering 50% off for guests skiing with a pass holder and a 30% discount for lift tickets booked at least 30 days in advance. These programs aim to boost one-off visits and welcome new skiers who may not be ready to commit to a season pass but still want to experience their mountains. Vail recognizes that simply relying on past success with multi-resort passes is not enough to sustain growth in a changing landscape. The company's push to increase daily lift ticket sales reflects a broader attempt to diversify revenue streams and better compete with independent resorts appealing to budget-conscious customers. This balancing act involves offering incentives without undercutting the value of the Epic Pass or overcrowding the mountains. It's a delicate maneuver to keep both casual visitors and loyal pass holders engaged. The evolving options available to skiers make it clear that Vail faces a new kind of competition, not just from other large operators, but from the very nature of how people choose to enjoy the mountains. Future of skiing and Vail's place. Looking ahead, the ski industry is at a crossroads where consumer preferences and competitive pressures continue to evolve rapidly. Vail Resorts, once the undisputed leader thanks to its Epic Pass strategy, now faces a more fragmented market with skiers seeking diverse experiences and better value. As prices climb and mountains grow busier, many skiers are gravitating toward independent resorts or new pass options that emphasize affordability and atmosphere. This suggests that Vail will need to innovate beyond just offering more resorts and passes to maintain its relevance. Sustainability and long-term growth also loom large in Vail's future plans. The company invests heavily in infrastructure upgrades like faster lifts and expanded parking to manage crowding and improve the visitor experience. Yet balancing growth with preserving the quality of skiing and the natural environment will be critical for enduring success. Vail's ability to listen and respond to its customers' evolving expectations, especially regarding pricing, access, and atmosphere, will define whether it can keep skiers loyal or continue to lose business to smaller, more nimble competitors. Ultimately, Vail's fate will rest on adapting to a new era where traditional ski resort models no longer guarantee dominance. The shifting landscape demands not only smart business strategies but also a keen understanding of what modern skiers value most. Affordability, authenticity, and a seamless, enjoyable mountain experience could become the new cornerstones for success. Vail's challenge is to blend scale with personalization to stay competitive in a growing industry that's changing faster than ever. Vail Resorts transformed skiing but now faces fresh challenges as prices rise and skiers seek alternatives. Their future depends on adapting to evolving skier needs and fierce competition. If you found this insight helpful, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into business and industry trends.